And I just want to keep you there for a little bit because Shelly-Ann Weeks, she is a Jamaican author, well, a regional author, I should say, and she is here for Carifesta. Now, she has 2 books. One of the books is called It's My Body, Period.
Oh, well, that sounds like something I'd like to read.
I think so. And then there is another one, I Changed My Diet and Changed My Life.
Oh
and
my
we're going
God,
to talk about these
definitely
2.
one that I should read.
and both of them really focuses on females. And,
Yes.
I want Dion to
women.
just hold there for a second to let's focus a little bit on It's My Body, Period.
Yes.
What is this one all about?
Good morning, Dion.
Hi, good. I met you at the opening, didn't I?
Yes, I was
You
just
were with
saying you look
Laura,
familiar.
yes.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Okay, so It's My Body, Period is written in the voice of a little girl as she goes through menstruation for the first time. So you get to see her experience and you basically learn about menstruation while she does in a very familiar language. It's written so that an 8-year-old can understand it, but the information is very real and very relevant. And of course, you know, ladies, we can learn from this book because there are a lot of information about pain management. You know, there's a lot of discomfort that comes with being woman, and some of it we can avoid. And there are lots of tips in there that can help you with that.
Yeah, Dion, I mean, do you think that talking about someone's period is a taboo topic?
It is necessary. It's a necessary evil. It's definitely a conversation that you should have. And what I want to find out, Stacey, is why were you inspired to write it, to target such young girls?
Well, I would have appreciated such a book in my age because all I literally got was a warning not to get pregnant when I started my menstruation. And most of us can relate to that. And the fact is there's a lot of angst and, you know, nervousness, and it's strange. Your body's doing weird things, so girls really don't understand what is happening to them. And it's a great tool that parents can use to start the conversation because, believe it or not, a lot of parents find this topic uncomfortable. I noticed your voice changed just now when you said period.
It did.
I'm just saying.
Because it is a taboo conversation. I don't know
That is
why.
why. That's what we need to address. Though.
Exactly.
We need to demystify it and let people understand that it's something that happens to the body.
Exactly.
I think we know that, but
Yes.
just talking about it is like talking about sex. It is a very taboo thing to talk about.
It is. And how we change that is by having these type of conversations.
Yes.
And I'm sure that Dion will be listening in very attentively to this conversation.
Speak so I can figure out how to get
Dion will
copies
speak
of your book.
after.
All right, thank you very much, Dion. Dion, you will speak with Shelly-Ann after we finish this conversation, and Dion will once again join us at 7 o'clock for the newscast. But we want to continue that conversation because Dion asked that important question about the motivation to write this book.
Yes.
And now, it's a book that has about, 17 chapters? About 12
chapters, yes.
So let's go through this one by one. Let's find out first, who is Shelly-Ann?
Okay, all right. So it's 11-year-old me.
11 years.
11-year-old me. Well, you know, the motivation, since Dion asked the question, really came from my work in schools. I do a lot of work in schools with girls. And what we realize is just by doing that work through my foundation, we provide menstrual products for girls who can't afford it. And we also do period education sessions with them. Just talking with them, we realize that lots of the taboo instructions that our mothers got, and even some of the information that they didn't get, continues to be passed down. So they really aren't as equipped as they should be. And when I ask them about their first menstruation experience, some of them tell a very, very scary story because they're usually by themselves. They usually don't know what is happening. They're unprepared. And by the time they get to school, they are mortified because it's very public. People realize what's going on and they mess themselves up and they literally don't know what to do. So I saw that there is a need to actually educate and prepare them for this experience. So when it does happen, they will be better able to handle it.
So when it happens for the first time, or the book you share your experience,
yes,
you know, what it is that really happens?
Okay, so typically, your body starts feeling strange. I don't know how else to describe it more than strange. You're a little girl, you're going about your business. I was a tomboy. I climb trees, I go to river, I do all the things. I outboy every boy. So, you know, I'm going about my business and all of a sudden my body starts feeling strange. And then I realize that I feel as if I urinated on myself. And then when I get a chance to go to the bathroom, I'm bleeding. And at the time, I knew what it was because I have an older sister. But funny story, her first experience was hilarious because she did not know at all. And everybody's running around in the house like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And I'm a little girl looking at people freaking out, wondering, really, what What's the big problem? And I think it is so important to just bring us in and just break it down. And parents, honestly, we can handle it. Children are stronger and smarter than you think they are. They really can handle difficult information. So keeping it away from them does not help.
Yeah, but at 12 years, do you think that they would really understand and grasp everything?
You have 8-year-olds who are menstruating. She better be able to understand and grasp it by 12.
Oh, Carrie,
The way in which the cycle works is unique for every woman.
Yeah.
Yes.
And as you were saying, it's not necessarily that at this specific age, each person would start menstruation. So as you were saying, the earlier the education, the better.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, if you go through the book, there are
Yes.
12 chapters, as I mentioned.
Yes.
But there is, chapter 10 really stood out to me because I see
Period
what is called a
party.
period party. So
Yes.
walk me through this.
Okay, so a period party, first of all, whatever image you have in your head, remove it. Period party is simply having conversations about periods in a nice, easy, entertaining session. So get all the women, all the adults together, and this little girl, focus on her, it's her night, make her feel really, really special. And everybody goes around and tell their own experience about period. And by the way, the men are invited too, because men do have their own period stories, believe it or not. I've spoken to men who are able to tell me, well, you know what? I was with my mother one day and she started hemorrhaging, and then I had to figure out how to put on a pad on her. So
Right.
men do have their own period experiences. So invite them to the period party, talk about it openly, let her feel comfortable about her body, and she won't feel like a crazy person when it actually happens.
All right. And just very quickly about I changed my diet and changed my life. What is this one about?
All right, quickly, I had massive fibroids. I was diagnosed. I was supposed to do a hysterectomy. And instead of doing the hysterectomy at 34, I did not want to experience menopause so early. I tried as an experiment to change my diet for 3 months. So I cut out rice, flour, sugar, processed food, dairy, and meat for 3 months. And I felt awesome. And that's how I've been eating ever since. I lost the pain, I lost the asthma, I lost the sinusitis, and look at me.
Looking all fabulous and gorgeous this morning on TTT Live Online. And if you see her, people from Talk City 91.1 FM, she looks absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, I come see me at Carifesta. I'm at Carifesta.
Right, and that is where I was going with this.
Yes.
Where can we find you and where can we get the book?
I am in the craft section with the rest of the crazy Jamaican people. And oh, by the way, I'm enjoying the food in Trinidad. Big up you. I can find actual delicious vegan food. Thank you, no. Bless you, no.
All right, so Carifesta, check it out. Are you on social media?
Yes, I am on social media. You can follow me, Dr. Sexy-Ann. I know. Let it register. 2 X's, DRSEXXYAN, and lots of fun stuff. And her flow everywhere for my foundation.
All right, and definitely pick up these books. It's very informative,
Yes.
educational. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Shelly-Ann Weeks
Yes.
for joining us this morning. Enjoy Trinidad and Tobago. Continue enjoying
The
Trinidad and
food,
Tobago.
the food.